Thank you for tuning in. Yes, I am moving the camera. Thanks for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for the season finale of Tales Season 1. This was episode 8, titled All I Need, which we all should know is from the Method Man Mary J. Blige collabo from back in the 90s. Was it the 90s or was it in 2000? It was a long time ago, but it was one of my favorite songs. And I think this is the episode I was really waiting to see how they would portray this particular song. You know, everyone knows, you know what I'm saying? I gotta love Jones for your body and your skin. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows that song, so it just resonates with everyone. But, you know, before I get all into that, I hope everyone had a great weekend. It's currently Sunday. This episode came on yesterday, which was Saturday. But as some of you know who follow me on Instagram, I went to a 1920s themed birthday party last night for my aunt who turned 60. Happy birthday, Aunt Gloria. And, you know, I also uploaded a skit that my family did. They reenacted a scene from Harlem Nights, which was really hilarious. I mean, my cousins are, you know, it was my cousins and also my brother. It was just a funny skit. I did upload that as well on my YouTube channel, so if you haven't seen that, I'll put the link to that particular video below, so check out the description. But yeah, I hope everyone had a great weekend, a long weekend for the Thanksgiving holiday, and everyone has to get ready for the work week. I have to go back to work on Monday. Back to the grind of things. So yeah, but you know, I also like how some of the shows are coming back that I'll be reviewing next week, so I can get back to my regular schedule of reviewing every day, multiple videos a day, also working my regular full-time job. So now that is out the way, you know, this episode, I felt two different ways. I felt one way as I was watching it. Like, I had these little jokes in my head as I was watching it, but then as it kept going, I was like, okay, I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Not that I did not like any part of it, but I watch stuff and I have inappropriate thoughts and inappropriate jokes that I was cracking during the thing. And I'm like, okay, girl, just watching to pay attention. So this episode was 2 hours long. But if you remember, the premiere episode, Fuck the Police, was also 2 hours long. So I like how they started it with a 2-hour episode and ended it with a 2-hour episode. I do hope it gets a season 2. I do like this particular show. There are so many different songs that they could turn into episodes. So, you know, there's a plethora. There's so many songs. But yeah, so it starred with Jim Jones was in it. You know, we see Tammy Roman was in it. Demetrius Shipp Jr., who was the guy who played Tupac in his biopic. I never saw the Tupac movie. I heard bad reviews, so I just kind of didn't want to go see it. I think I saw maybe like the first 30 minutes because someone posted the link to it on Facebook, and I was watching it one day at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I went to sleep. I should go back and see if I still saved it on my Facebook page. Anyway, but he plays the main character, and the girl who plays the main female character, I don't know her name, and I don't know what else she starred in, but she did a good job as well. So the start of the episode, damn, it's 3 minutes in, I'm just not getting to the movie. So sorry about that, y'all. So yeah, the start of the episode is Diamond. You know, Diamond was the main girl. She's in the bathroom of this hotel, and she's crying. She's oh so sad, and she's crying. And she has a razor to her wrist. I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna start her killing herself or trying to kill herself. Like, what's gonna go on here? And she's, you know, crying, and makeup is all smeared. You can also see she has other cut marks on her arms, meaning she's cut herself before, tried to slit her wrist before. And she's just crying. And then who comes walking in? Here comes Jim Jones' ass. And the first joke I had in my head was, Jim Jones need to go somewhere and marry damn Chrissy ass while he up there trying to be in a hotel room with a hooker. And, you know, he walked in and he's like, oh, you know, hey, babe. And I'm like, babe, I just could not take Jim Jones serious. I think it's because I don't take him serious. I can't see him as an actor. I can't. I think he's cool in real life. I just don't. I mean, I don't know. I think I just see him forever as Jim Jones. And I think it's difficult when a person is a rapper and they have this persona of who they are in real life, and then when they try to be an actor and they're kind of playing that same persona they are. Like, I didn't see him any different, so I was like, hey Jim Jones, like hey Jim Jones, you know, it was that whole thing. And you know, he's walking in, you know, to throw the money on the table, and you know, Diamond's still sitting there with the thing to her wrist, and he go and he pee. He look over like, oh, this again. Like, okay, so you know she was wanting to kill herself, and you don't even care. And then he's sitting there, he peeing or whatever in the bathroom, and he, lean over, grab a cigarette, light a cigarette. I'm like, oh, so you can pee without holding it. You got that kind of aim. Okay, well, let's hope the drink it don't pee on the toilet seats. So he's like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Don't I take care of you? You know what I'm saying? Don't I make sure you're okay? Put that down. And, of course, he yelling at her. Typical, as we see, she is the girl, he is the pimp, and we see that whole scene. And how he has no... Pimps don't care about these hoes, you know what I'm saying? They don't, and that's just the truth of the matter. And, he's like, don't you know I love you? Don't you know, I take care of you, I'm gonna take care of you like me, and, why you acting like this? And she's like, just let me go. And I'm like, I would have been, like, fuck you, I'm done. But we know that's not how it be with pimps and they hoes. And, she's like, just let me go. And he was like, baby, don't you know? There is no me. There is no you. There's no me and there's no you. There's only us. I'm like, okay, you a pimp. Okay, so you probably pimps the girls in real life. We're going to let it be what it be. And he like, the only way we're going to leave each other is if one of us die. I'm like, why everybody got to die? Like, I don't want to be, I don't need it to be me or you or me and you. I also don't want it to be, the only way how it's going to be cool for us not to be us is if one of us is dead and gone. I ain't about that lifestyle. But, he said it to her and he was dead ass serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's only us. It's only us until one of us is dead and gone. I'm looking like, well, he is mean, okay? You're a mean pimp. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. He's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get in the shower. I'm like, she going to threaten to tell her she got to die and then go take a shower? Okay, Jim Jones. And, he's like, I'm going to go take a shower. Then we're going to go, we're going to get you dressed, get you a nice little outfit or something like that. And, to make you feel better. And then he in the shower singing, I think he was rapping ballin'. We say, we fly high, no lie. You know this. But, I'm sorry, I be getting all up in my head about stuff. But yeah, so he in the shower and she just, oh my God. Because she's tired of this life. You can tell that she is tired of being a prostitute. And so she look over, because he in the shower. He in the shower singing and stuff. And she look and she see the money. So she quickly grab up the money, put it in her purse, and then she leaves. Okay, so we see that whole scene. Okay, now her ass is gone. Next, we see Demetrius Shipp Jr., his character. His character's name is Kenny. Now, Kenny is in a diner with his friend, and his friend, as we see, is a cop, and he's just basically telling Kenny, you can't be skipping these doctor's appointments. It take forever for you to get a doctor's appointment. You can't be skipping these meetings. You have to stick to it. There is... we see that he has PTSD from being in the war. He kind of blames himself for the men who were killed when they were in war. So he's having a hard time dealing with that, being back in civilian life. And, his friend is like, but you can't be blowing off these appointments because, it takes forever to get an appointment with these doctors. The VA don't care about us. Now, I thought that was a good nod to how people do say when a person comes back from war, they don't have enough support. They had the VA, but sometimes the VA ain't really good help. Because my thing is, if it takes 2 months to get an appointment, and you're a war veteran, that's horrible. I mean, it also takes me about 2 months to get me an appointment with my doctor, but I haven't been in war. Like, they should get whatever it is they need. They have dealt with a whole different set of circumstances when they, you're over there across the season, having to live that life of a soldier. So I like how they kind of touch and base on that a little bit too, how war veterans have to deal with things coming back over here. So, he's basically saying, like, I'm going to try to get you another appointment, and, until then, I need you to take your pills. Like, I can't have you off your medication and flipping out and just going crazy. So I'm like, okay, well, he needs some pills and he ain't been taking them, so is he cuckoo? Is he a loony bird? Let's see what it is. So from there, we see Diamond walking down the street. And she's on the phone with someone named Silk. Now, Silk is played by Tammy Roman. And Silk is saying, girl, you got to get back here. Tower don't play this stuff. You know how you be like his money. You need to get your ass back here. And then Diamond like, I'm just so sick and tired of him. I just want to be free. All I ever wanted was a normal life. And she's like, girl, this love stuff comes with moving parts. So my thing is, Jim Jones don't love her. Oh, Jim Jones' character's name is Talbot. I just said Talbot, but I forgot. So, Jim Jones' character, Talbot, don't love that girl at all. He's a pimp, and he's a mean pimp at that. So, She's like, but you need to come back because he's crazy. And she's like, I know. Because he told me, the only way he won't be us no more is one of us is dead and gone. And so I heard him loud and clear. And she's like, Diamond, oh, you stupid bitch. And I'm looking like, first of all, because he said the only thing that can separate us is death. And then she says it as Slim. Silk hears like cars and stuff going, like, okay, my God, this girl gonna probably kill herself. And my thing is, Silk ass ain't too silky because her face got a whole slit across the whole side of it. So we know Tyra done marked her ass up from her being the pimp. Being the hoe. And, so she's saying, Diamond ain't listening. Diamond walking into the street and she's trying to kill herself and get hit by a car. So at the same time, as she's having this moment of, I just want to die because I can't take this pain of being this whore with this crazy person, we see Kenny sees her and he's like, hey, watch out. And then he runs, and knocks her off the way of the Mack truck she's going to walk in front of. And then they get up, and she get up, and like, you okay? And she's like, And then they look at each other. And then Mary J. Blige come in, you're all I need to get, the whole thing starts playing, last sweet morning dew, I took one look at you, it was plain to see that it was my destiny. We all know the song, I can't sing, my voice ain't what it used to be. So I thought it was a good a good time to bring the song in because it's them looking at each other. And, like Sweet Morning Dew. They didn't have a sweet morning, but I guess it was dewy. You know what I'm saying? I took one look at you. They were taking one look at each other. And it was plain for them both to see they were each other's destiny. And that's how, it starts off with them two being together. So, as they look at each other, she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He like, no, are you okay? So it's a whole little conversation thing of, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. And back and forth. And he like, well, look, come over to the diner, catch your breath, get some water, kind of calm down. Let's make sure that you're okay. And she like, okay. And, so they go over to the diner so she can just kind of get her thoughts together. So, at the table, what I'm saying? He being nice to her and stuff, trying to crack a couple jokes to get her in a better mood. And at first, she was kind of cracking jokes, too. But she was also being a little bit bitchy. But I guess you can be that way because he is a stranger. And you don't want to be too friendly to strangers because he could have been a killer. Technically he is. But, He could have been a killer of you. So, I like how she played it both ways. But at the same time, I was like, well, you ain't got to be too bitchy. So, they're going back and forth, basically. And he like, look, just relax. So take a moment, catch your breath. I just want you to be okay. And she was like, okay, fine. So he says, hi, I'm Kenny. She eventually says, that she's Nina. And then she ends up going to the bathroom. So now while she's in the bathroom, Silk is texting her, like, Tagger got us out looking for you. Where you at? He looking for you. You got to come back. You got to call in. And, Kenny is in the diner. He's drawing a picture of Nina because he's all infatuated. You know what I'm saying? Because she's all he needs to get back. And as he's drawing the picture of her and everything, we see two thugs who I get to say, okay, they must be Taggart men, and they looking for her. And I'm like, well, damn, and how many diners is it in the city that he just happened to find that one? Because she ain't been gone that long. And, so they come to the diner, and the same waiter who took their orders is at the counter. So they like, we looking for my sister. Her name Diamond. She real pretty, got some pretty tits and a big ass. And he like, yo, sister? Because, who says that about their sister? And he like, man, don't worry about all that. Have you seen her? Her name is Diamond. And he like, man, I don't know nothing about that. Then man number two just goes and grabs the dang on waiter man over the counter. And I'm looking like, you gonna just beat that man up? And they kind of beating him up, kicking him and stuff. And I'm like, don't nobody else see this going on? Like, y'all gonna let the man get beat up? I'm not all for protecting white people sometimes because sometimes things happen to black people and white people don't help. I'm like, y'all gonna let these two big old black men beat up this little poor little white boy? And, so he getting beaten up at the counter. We see, Kenny at the table drawing. But I'm like, I don't know if you're not paying attention or if you just don't care. And then from there, Nina is in the phone. Nina is in the bathroom. Nina is Diamond. Nina, because her name, Diamond is her prostitute name. Nina's her real name. Nina's in the bathroom on the phone with Silk. Like, why would you just tell him I'll be back? I'm going to come back, let him know I checked in, you know what I'm saying? He can call off them looking for me because she hears them outside asking about her. And she's like, girl, you stole 6 racks from him. He not gonna just let that go. And I'm like, well, ain't 6 racks just, I mean, is it, because I think, is a rack 1,000 or is a rack 10,000? I'm like, it's 6,000. But I guess if you're a pimp, 6,000 takes a lot to do when you pimping hoes. So, okay, I get it. She's like, well, girl, let him know I'm gonna come back. She's like, okay, cool. So if that's happening in the bathroom, one of the guys walk up to Kenny. Hey, you seen my sister? Her name Diamond. And he like, nope, I ain't seen her. And I'm like, but you have seen her, and he don't see the picture you drawing of her. But I'm like, I think he closed the little sketchbook. So as he's talking to Kenny, Silk calls and say, y'all can come back. You know, we called her off. She gonna be back. So they all leave. When they leave, Nina come out the bathroom like, hey, how's everything? And now she all friendly. And then, you know, she's like, did anything interesting happen when I was gone? And he was like, no. And when he said no, I said, did he just hallucinate that whole thing? Am I tripping? Because I'm like, he said no. And I'm like, is the white boy not laying on the ground no more? Like, did he get up and stuff? Like, I was just confused. I was confused for a good second. But I'm like, okay, maybe they just gonna ignore what happened. And then she see that he's now made her like a little fake ring, and she puts it on. She sees that he's drew a picture of her that quick because he's a good sketch artist, and she's like, "Aw, but isn't it too early to be giving you an engagement ring?" You know what I'm saying? That's just too soon. And he was like, you know, all great love stories end with the marriage. I was like, well, that is true. And she was like, oh, you mean like, and I forgot, I think she said like Romeo and Juliet. And he compared them to like Jada Pinkett Smith and Alan Payne from Jason's Lyric. And he also compared them to Kate and Leo from Titanic. And I said, now you know what? Jason's Lyric, that's cool, because in Jason's Lyric, they both lived at the end and they were happy on that bus going somewhere else. However, Kate and Leo died. Okay, well, at least Leo died in the water, but I guess they love. I guess they love stood the test of time. So she's like, you know what? We have to get you looking better, because you can't be hanging out with me all day looking like that. And he like, we're gonna be hanging out together. So I'm like, okay, now y'all friendly. So, you know, they leave together. And I'm like, oh, so now y'all finna go on a whole little $6,000 shopping spree. And that's what they did. You know, they went to this little clothing store where we saw Derek J from the Atlanta Housewives, who was one of the gay hairstylists, was the sales associate. I was like, okay, I guess so. I mean, it could have been a lot of people that could have been sales associate. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, she's buying some shoes, and then I think she was buying him some stuff, too, because he then went into the dressing room to try on some stuff. But I'm like, this store to me did not look like a store they sold men's clothes at. I was just confused, especially when one man who worked in the store, Derek J, walked out of some heels. So I was confused. Like, I don't do they have men clothes? Is we gonna address that? We not gonna leave it alone? Okay, well, fine. So while he's in the dressing room, you know, trying on something, I don't know what it was, because he came out, he had no damn shirt on, we see 2 guys walk in. So 2 guys walk in, and they see Nina, and they like, hey girl, what's up? And she's ignoring them, because I'm like, you didn't say my name, I don't know you, bruh. And so they're like, hey, you. And he come like tapping on the shoulder. She was like, don't touch me, you don't know, do I know you? And he was like, you can get to them. And he like pull out some money, like, you know, hey, what's up? And she was like, I don't need your motherfucking money. I'm like, they're doing a lot of cuss on BT now, because they said motherfucker, they said shit. I think at one point they said fuck. They said all the cuss words. You know, they don't bleep nothing on BT no more. So Kenny hears this going on in the dressing room. He then comes out, no shirt on. You see all his scars from his, you know, he just all scarred up all over his body. And he like, we got a problem here. And I'm like, okay, Marlon Wayans. And you know what I'm saying? What is it? Don't be a menace to South Central watching your juice in the hood. When he comes like, we got a problem here. Do we have a problem? That's what I heard in my head when he said that. But they like, nah, we ain't got no problem. This you. And he didn't reply. But then the dude said, you know, that's all right, you can keep her. She got too many miles on her, and anyway. And I'm like, well, too many miles means she been around the way. So they clearly know what she do. Because you can't just say that about a random girl. But Kenny ain't flinched. So I'm looking like, okay, well, I guess it is what it is. So from there, he looks angry, like he just ready to kill some people. Because again, he's a war veteran. And she sees him like all gassed up. And she's looking at his body. She sees all his scars and everything. And then she looks at his wrist. He also has slits on his wrist the same way she does. And then she's like, hey, and she kisses him on the cheek to kind of calm him down, to bring him back to earth. And she, you know what I'm saying, she calmed her giant. So from there, they leave the store. She bought some shoes. I don't know what, it was a couple bags. I don't know what was his, but you know what I'm saying, it was what it was. They then like walk through the park talking about having kids, and he like, we can have twins, and then another like twin boys, and then a daughter, because then her older brother's gonna protect her, and you know, we can get married. Like, they're having a whole full-fledged let's get married type of conversation, and they walk to this waterfall, and then, you know, they make like a couple of wishes. And, like, he wished to always, you know, he says, I'll always be here to save you, and then she says, my wish is that you'll be my Prince Charming. And I'm like, okay. And then they go back to his house. I'm like, well, that was quick. Like, you just met this man. Don't go to strange man's house. I tell my friends all the time, when you meet someone, you do not go to their house, because they can always be a killer or a rapist. Like, meet them somewhere in public. But you know what? I guess it's like she ain't gonna work to go, so it was what it was. So they're basically just talking and everything. You know, she brings up how she had an uncle who taught her some things. And then he brings up his mom who would like take him to go see different old movies and stuff like that. But his mom is dead, her uncle is dead, so they also, you know, blend on that. She brings up how she's never been on a date before, because when she sees the ticket stub for the movie A Star Is Born, she's like, "What is that?" She's like, "I've never been to a movie. I've never even been on a date." And he's like, "What? I can't believe someone like you cannot. What? Because I'm pretty?" And he was like, "No, because you're you. You know, just because you're you." And I'm looking like, you really like this girl. Okay, homie. Okay. And, you know, they just kind of start talking. And then, you know, she then tries to explain the whole diamond thing. Because in the store, the guy did call her Diamond. And he's like, you know what? You know, it doesn't even matter. And I don't want to hear about that right now. Let's just kind of still chill out or whatever. And he's like, you know, that can wait. She then kisses him. And was like, you know what? You know, I really like you. And then they're kissing a little bit. He's like, wait, you know, it's been a minute for me, so I don't know. And she's like, you know, don't worry, I got you. And I'm looking like, okay, Nina, get you some little nookie girl. And then, you know, they have sex. And they had, like, real good sex. It was a really good sex scene. And when I say that, I mean it's in, it was very passionate. It wasn't like, okay, let's have some, you know, raw, nasty stuff. They made love, let's say that. And it was a thing because you see how they both are two tortured souls. You know, him with his whole PTSD from the war, you know, her from being, you know, basically fearing for her life with this crazy pimp who's in her life and who has her, you know, under his thumb. And so they're in love. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. It was a beautiful thing to see two tortured souls for that moment no longer be tortured. And, you know, but I'm still a thing of, you know, people don't have stranger sex. You know, stranger sex is when you meet somebody who's a stranger and y'all have sex. And I'm like, they wasn't using condoms. That was some unprotected sex. That was some raw sex, okay? So let's just say that. You know, because you don't want to catch the damn usher herpes, okay? Usher herpes cannot be cured. So please, people, use a condom. So from there, the next morning, they in the bed, and you're like, okay, we should make some breakfast. I'm not too good at it, which know it's easy to do eggs, or I can go buy some breakfast. And it's oh so cute. She's like, well, no, I don't want you to leave me alone in this big old bed. You know, I love you. And I'm like, aw, she loves him. He loves her. Okay, I love it. So then we hear someone knocking at the door. And I'm like, I bet you that's Kenny's damn friend, that cop dude. But no, lo and behold, he go to answer the door. It is Talbert, Jim Jones, Jim Jones' character, and his two little goons or whatnot. And they basically beat up Kenny. You know, Nina comes running out like, no, don't hurt him. And, you know, they beating up Kenny. You know, he punches her in the face and, of course, knocks her down. Why you leaving my money, bitch? Where you go? And, you know, it's a whole pimp scene finding his soul. You know, I ain't gonna really go into detail about that. You're like, you know, bitch, where's my money? I'm like, damn, bro, it's right there. So the guy do grab the purse and see it's a little short because she didn't spend some money. Oh, you been shopping with my money? No, daddy, I'm so sorry. Because she makes him call her daddy, which I think is so disgusting. When you make someone, like if you call your man daddy on your, hey, daddy, that's one thing. But for a guy to be like, if you say, no, I'm so sorry, and he say, you so sorry, what? I'm so sorry, daddy. I think that is nasty. I think that is a person who has some kind of child complex in their head and they some kind of pedophile. It just disgusts me. So she's saying like she's crying like I was gonna call you. I was gonna call him and check in. I was just having fun with him. That's it. And so she's trying to make him leave Kenny alone because she's like, I was just having fun, just leave him alone. Because she loves him. And then he like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they holding Kevin down, while Kevin gonna leave her alone. And then, and he's like, stop. No, daddy, leave him alone. I'm looking like, girl, stop calling him daddy like that. So from there, he pick up, it was something of Kenny's on the mantle. I think it was like his flag, like in a box or whatever. He's like, oh, you're a real life war hero, huh? Well, okay. And he takes the box and he hits Kenny over the head, which of course knocks Kenny out. Kenny wakes up and he's on the floor bleeding. We see his friend, the cop guy is there. And I'm like, but who called the cop guy? Like, why the cop guy there? Like, where did that come from? But he, Kenny wakes up like, man, we gotta find her. The trooper gotta find her. But he passes back out. Now, when he wakes back up, he's saying like, they took her. He's talking to his friend who's the cop and his friend's partner. And, they basically just don't believe him. His friend brings up how, because Kenny sounded like 3 guys kicked in my door. We was in here in the bed. They kicked in the door and they took her and we got to find her. And they don't believe her. And then his friend is like, you know what? Have you taken your medication? Because last time this happened, you said that some guys kidnapped some girl named Jenny and 5 men ended up in the hospital. You can't do this again. If you have to be on your meds. And I'm like, well, damn, was he imagining this whole thing? But I'm like, he couldn't have been imagining the whole thing because we've seen the whole scene with Diamond. I think if he had been imagining this whole thing, there wouldn't have been the whole Diamond situation. It would have always just been her by herself and when he saw her. Because we had this whole Silk character, because we had all these other characters who Kenny didn't have any interaction with. I'm like, okay, we know Nina is a real girl. So, Kenny like, look, she's real. And we have to find her. I need you to help me. The cop like, all right, I see what I can do. I didn't like his cop friend because the cop friend wasn't really all the way helpful. Okay, but it is what it is. So from there, we see Nina is back to being Diamond. She's back to being here at this hotel. And let me just say this: the Jim Jones sex scene was absolutely fucking hilarious because Jim Jones, I just can't. I mean, it was a bad sex scene in the aspect, and I don't even mean bad because we can see that Diamond clearly was not into it. She was clearly laying there lifeless. I mean, she was alive, but she was just laying there like, yeah, ooh, yeah, it's yours, daddy, yeah. And I was like, he don't get this. I don't get how a man can like just have sex with a person who just lays there like just like, ugh. Like a dead fish, I guess is what it's called. And you can hear, and he like, yeah, it's mine. And I'm like, you don't hear that she don't mean that? Like, and you don't care? Okay, I guess it is what the scene to me was just funny. I was just like, see, that's why him and Chrissy ain't married because he don't know how to have sex like that. And for me, it was just a funny sex scene on his part. Because I'm like, he really trying to give it his all. And I think when any guy tries to give it his all and the girl doesn't care, it's hilarious. And so for me, it was hilarious because he was giving all his might, okay? He was trying to put all his might into it, and she was just like, I don't care. And, when he was done, he's like, you belong to me, no one will take care of you like I do, even that dude, he won't care about you, he won't love you. Your uncle sold you to me because he owed me money from that bet, and he just threw you out like you was trash. So I'm like, oh, so the uncle she was talking about gave her to Talbert over some damn gambling money, and I'm like, well, that's crazy. And he's saying how that lame nigga won't understand how you came to me. He's not gonna understand how you would, you were basically trash. And then he then calls Silk, who is Tammy Roman's character, and says, come clean Diamond up. I got some ballers coming through. I'm like, she gonna sleep with her and then just have her get cleaned up and just sell her to people. And my thing is, I never understand why pimps sleep with their hoes. I mean, I'm not good at sharing. And if you is my pimp and you sleep with me, you don't care that you just pimping me out. I just can't. I'm like, oh my God, that's so disgusting. So what else? I'm trying to think what else happened. Kenny's friend was saying how he didn't have any other information on her. They had no info on the Diamond or on a Nina, how the sketch he drew them didn't have any merit because there wasn't any witnesses. Just all this kind of crazy stuff. And then in the car, Kenny's friend's partner is like, I don't see why you still fuck with him. He's crazy. He then tells the story of him and Kenny in war, how Kenny basically saved his life. Like, I got shot, I had a big hole in my side, and we was stuck in like a kill zone, and we didn't have any bullets. But for 3 days, Kenny kept us all alive. I was going in and out of consciousness, and he would just disappear, and he would come back with guns and bullets and food, and he helped us all survive for 3 days. He's like, when we went in there, it was 12 of us, and Kenny made it so that 5 of us was able to get out. And he was like, so I'll always have his back. He was like, you've been my partner for 2 years, and your ass ain't doing nothing besides bring me some coffee. And he was like, you know how hard it is to come over here from the war, and you don't even have anything over here, and how people don't care about vets, and we can't get a doctor's appointment, of course, touching on that stuff of what vets go through when they come back. And he's like, Kenny is here, he's a veteran, and he can't even do the one thing he was trained to do over there in war. And he was like, what was he trained to do? He's like, would you even listen, motherfucker? He's a killer, and he can't be a killer here. And I'm like, well, if he's a killer, don't he need to be somewhere? Like, I don't think he should be just sitting around at home if he's a killer. I mean, that's just me. So, it is what it is. So, as Kenny's in the house about to take his meds, because he's thinking, maybe my friend's right, maybe I'm tripping, and maybe she isn't real because I haven't been taking my meds. So he puts 2 pills in his mouth, and he looks over, and he spits it out because he sees one of Diamond's earrings has fell on the floor, and he realizes, well, damn, she real because I see her earring. And, of course, now he like, you know what? I got to get it figured out. So we see a scene where, Diamond all dressed up, Silk got her all nice and shiny, and, Nina was telling Silk how she loves Kenny. And Silk was like, girl, you just need to accept your fate. Told her that you ain't shit but a high price hoe, one night in a truck stop. A piece of truck stop pussy the next night. And I'm looking like, well, damn, she can't be more than that. I mean, that was very, very harsh. And she says, Talbot, when he first met me, he had me all gassed up, and I thought he loved me too. But you see what happened to me? And then she has this scar on her face because he made her be not so pretty. And she was like, it just is what it is. Hoes don't find love. Hoes just find new pimps. I'm like, you was really? Okay, it is what it is. So, I'm like, that was just very eye-opening to me. So Diamond says, that's not true. He made me feel worthy. He made me feel like we could have a family. Like I can be wife. We talked about having kids. We talked about having twins and all this stuff. And she said, I just need you to, I need to know he's okay. I need you to, I could have almost gotten him killed. I need you to go to him and just make sure he's okay and tell him I'm sorry. So Silk grows a little bit of a heart like the Grinch who stole Christmas, and she's like, okay, fine, give me the address. And, she agrees to go to see Kenny. So Kenny ass then went back to the diner. And he's at the diner questioning that same white boy who got beat up earlier. And at first he like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing. I don't want no trouble. And then he like, man, I was in here with a girl, a pretty girl. You served us some coffee, so I know you know what I'm talking about. He like, all right, look. You was in the back of the table talking to yourself. And then, those guys came in and it was a whole bunch of issues. So I don't know. And then I got slapped around. And I'm like, wait, was he talking to himself or to her? So he then says, okay, fine. I'm going to go into the bathroom and check some things out. So Kenny then goes into the bathroom. He's looking for something. He don't see nothing. He comes out the bathroom, and who do we see? The same 2 guys who was in the clothing store messing with Diamond. It's not robbing the damn diner. I'm like, there's a lot of crime going on in this place. Where are y'all? What year is it? And they like, oh, look who we have here. Because they recognize Kenny. And then the one guy like hits Kenny over the head with something. The other guy laughed like, yeah, we're going to beat you up. We're going to get your girl. We're going to, rape her. We're going to take turns on her and whatever. Don't do that. It's not Kenny mad. So Kenny basically beat the one guy up, and he's beating the other guy up too, but he has his arm. He's going to break his arm. How do you know her? Where is she? Where have you seen her? The whole thing of trying to figure out information. The guy admits, it's in this hotel. It's from a guy named Taggart. He's a really, he's a made man. He ain't no damn made man. He in a hotel. he's a made man, and, you know, he pimps them out. You know, they just do things for some change, and that's how I knew her, because she's always with him. I assumed that she was one of his girls. And then he basically breaks the boy's arm and says thanks for the information. So, I think Kenny then calls his friend and gives him the sketch. He draws a sketch of Taggart, and he gives him Taggart's name. Like, here, just do me one last favor and run this through the system. And then they find out, okay, fine. So then here comes Silk. Silk come knocking at the door, and, you know, she like, hey, I'm Silk. You know, Diamond sent me, and he like, where is she? Is she okay? And then, you know, she just wanted to be sure that you were okay, and that's why I'm here. And he like, you know, did he hurt her? You know what I'm saying? I love her. Where is she? And Silk like, you don't love her. What are y'all are crazy? What are you talking about? You know, are you gonna love her when you kiss her? You don't know how many dicks she sucked. I said, Silk. I mean, first you told Nina she was a $2 hoe basically, and now you telling him that he can't love her because she sucked too many dicks. I mean, like, bruh. And then she's like, you know, you gonna wonder if you gonna still love her when she can't remember how many tricks she turned. I'm like, well, damn it, who be counting? I mean, I don't think y'all count, so why should she count? And he's like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, you know, you don't love her. And he's like, what's your name? And she's like, I didn't tell you my name, but my name is Silk. Like, Silk, I love her. You know, we talked about the whole thing, the same thing that Nina said. We talked about marriage, we talked about kids. You know, I really love her, love her, love her. And then Silk is like, you really love her. And he's like, yes, so can you please call her? Silk calls her. She answered the phone, and she's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, baby, I love you. Where are you? I'm coming to get you. And then we hear Taggart on the phone saying, who the fuck you talking to, bitch? And I'm like, well, damn it, Taggart, you just mean. So, you know, Silk grows a heart, as I said, as they went through Stole Christmas. And she's like, okay, if you gonna, and I'm like, but she grew a heart, but she can grow no edges. Tammy, why you had him on the TV no edges? Like, I mean, Tammy had no edges, and I love Tammy, and I know she's a, you know, a wig queen, but I'm like, they had you with no edges in this. I mean, I guess if you're a prostitute, you've been prostituting for a long time, you might not have edges. So we're gonna leave it there. But, you know, she like, how you gonna save her? You know, I'm in, but how you gonna do it? You know, I'm already risking my life, even by being here, because the Taggart found out he gonna kill me. So what you gonna do? And, you know, he then pull out his killing box kit. And why I call it the killing box kit? Because he put out his kit in his box full of killing tools. It was like guns and knives and grenades and all this stuff. I'm like, don't they confiscate this stuff when they come back from war? Like, how you get a grenade in your house? But, you know, it ain't, I don't know. Oh my God, I'm so tired of talking. But, you know, but again, it was 2 hours. I have to get through all of it. You know, so then they go to the hotel. And I mean, my thing is they pull up to the hotel, and I'm like, the hotel. It reminded me of the movie from New Jack City, The Carter. You know how Nino Brown had the whole Carter as a whole little crack enterprise? This fool Taggart had a whole hotel as a whole enterprise. I'm just like, he thought he was Nino Brown. And he out here, instead of, you know, slanging them rocks, he's slanging coochies. I mean, he had all the rooms lined up. He had the girls outside. He had the clients coming in and out. I'm like, who owned this hotel? Like, no one saw this happening. Like, no one cared. He is a real life Nino Brown pimp. And I can't believe it. So, it was like the card. I swear it was like the card. I'm looking like I was waiting for Keisha to jump out and say, you know, rock-a-bye, baby. That's what I kept waiting on. But it didn't happen. But I'm like, I mean, does that mean that Tammy character was G Money? Because Taggart was definitely Nina Brown. So I'm just going to assume Tammy character was G Money. And, well, yeah, because Nina Brown ended up, let me stop. So, you know, from there, Silk, like, you know, what you going to do? How you going to get in here? Because, you know, there's people up here, there's people down there. You know, they had guns, and it was a whole little talk of what they gonna do. And because she done brought Kenny back to the hotel, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna go buy you some time. So she then go and she distracts one of the two main bodyguards. And how did she distract him? She gives him some head. And I'm like, Tammy, get up, girl. And so, of course, Kenny out the car, and he subdues one of the other guys. And he, like, I think he stabs him, so like, he's dead. He then walk up to the guy getting head from Silk's character, slits his throat, and it gotta be bad to begin your dick sucking your throat slit. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. Now, at the same time, all this is going on, Kenny is now his full-blown killing spree. Like, he's on a killer mission. He's walking down the walkway of the hotel, and you can see different pimps and hoes and prostitutes and johns in the hotels, things going on. You see one girl bending over and a guy coming up from behind her. you see the silhouettes of stuff. And you know what I'm saying? He just trying to get to Nina. Now at the same time this is going on, you see Kenny's friend is getting a call saying, hey, that name Taggart, that sketch you gave in, he's wanted in like all these states for all these different prostitution and soliciting and sex trafficking. He's one for all that stuff. He like, damn it, he was right. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta get to this place. But my question to him was, I was wondering, you said we gotta go. How did y'all? But okay, it is what it was. Kenny busts in the door of the room where Nina is. Him and Taggart fight a little bit. You know, he like, I'll kill you. I'll die for her. And then we hear a gun go off. And who gets shot? Taggart ass gets shot. And who kills Taggart? Nina ass killed Taggart. And she kills him by saying, you know, because he's like, bitch, Diamond, what are you doing? And she's like, my name is Nina, Daddy. And I'm like, okay, well, you killed him, so it is what it is. They kiss and they hug, and they know I'm also happy, I'm also sorry. Then Silk come in, and she see Taggart is dead. She's like, what the fuck did y'all do? You know, y'all gotta get out of here. You know, the police can't be far from being away. The girls are all getting out of here. You know, y'all have to leave. So we see Kenny leave first, and then Diamond kind of stays behind, and she's hugging on Silk. And she's like, you know, you need to go away from here, go far, far away. Don't ever come back. If you ever come back, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I'm like, I ain't coming back ever in life. So they then outside, and Nina's going downstairs to the car, and we see one cop has Kenny like up against the car, like, don't move, don't move. Now he all nervous. Something like he got to be a rookie. And what does Nina ass do? She shoots the cop, and I'm like, Nina, what the fuck you do that for? I was shocked. I'm like, okay. Once she shot the cop, I'm like, this is not going to be a good end. And they both going to prison. They both going to jail. Because you can't shoot a cop and get away with it. It just doesn't happen in life at all. And I'm like, damn. I thought they was going to, like, get away and, like, be in Bora Bora somewhere with the money and be happy. But I'm like, not that you didn't kill the cop. So, you know, at this point, I'm like, everybody going to jail. I mean, the hoes going to jail. Silk going to jail. Nina going to jail. And Kenny going to go to jail, too. Because he didn't kill he didn't kill 2 people. Yeah, he didn't kill 2 people. And I'm like, okay, this is just a lot. You know, it is what it is. So we're going to see what's going to happen. And, you know, they get in the car and they pull off. And, you know, the cops are at the hotel now. And they're talking to Silk. And they basically asking Silk to tell them where Diamond and Kenny is. And they're like, yeah, because if you don't, you're going to take the fall for all of this. You're going to be in prison. And prison guards going to be tracing your scar on your face with their dick. I'm like, damn. I mean, but first of all, she's been a prostitute for 10 years. So, I don't think she cares. You know, you trade one prison for another prison. I don't know why my house phone's ringing right now, but I'm just going to ignore it. But she's laughing at them because she's like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know shit. Y'all don't know me. You don't know Diamond. You damn sure don't know your friend Kenny. And he was like, you know, Kenny and Nina love each other. It's like, I've never seen 2 people be that much in love. She was like, when they look at each other, it's as if the whole world stops. And I'll be damned if I be the one that ruins that. I ain't saying shit. If I ever go to jail, you know, put me up under the jail. I might be, you know what I'm saying, a nasty bitch, but I ain't no snitch. And I said, okay, the ramming of it. Okay, girl, go ahead with it. And so she's like, I ain't saying shit. But then he finds her phone, and he calls Nina. Nina answer, put Kenny on the phone. You know, the cop friend trying to tell Kenny, you know, come turn yourself in. It ain't that bad. It ain't too late. You have a history of mental illness. You know, we can get you a couple of years in the psych ward. You can be fine. And he like, but what about Nina? And then he said, you know, she's on tape killing the cop. I can't save her. And Kenny hung up the phone. He's like, man, you can't, no. You know what I'm saying? No. Either we both gonna be good or no. So he hangs up. So, you know, we see Kenny and Nina have a whole sex scene. It was really beautiful. They are under the covers, being lustful and stuff. And then they have a conversation where she admits that, you know, I didn't have any way out. You know, I felt like I had no one. You know, I felt like I wasn't a person. And eventually, I just didn't want to feel anything. He like, I felt the same way, basically. They both are holding up both of their wounds on their wrists because they both were cutters and tried to kill themselves. And he's like, you know, I just wanted it all to stop because it was just too much. And, you know, the day I met you, you saved me. No, you saved me. And, of course, they like how they love each other. You know, how they made each other feel something special. It was a beautiful thing. And the ending of it, they see themselves on the news. They see how they both won it. They see how they basically ain't no getting. And I'm like, my thing is, I would not still be in the damn city. I would have been gone the minute I killed a damn cop. Okay, gotta go. But they didn't leave. And Nina's like, Kenny, will you make an honest woman out of me? And she takes off the fake ring he made for her that she's kept out this whole time. Takes off her fake ring and puts it on his hand. And he's like, well, of course I will. You know what I'm saying? But then he said, what did he say? But no, then they went to like a store. Because he said, not before, I take you to the movies. And I'm like, to the movies? We wanted for murder. And, they then go to a store because they need some new clothes. Okay, I guess when you want to run, you want more clothes. And we see now Mimi from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is the store owner, or she's at least the one they give them money to have them be able to shop in the store in peace. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. So they get all dressed up for Nina's first date. Because remember, Nina has never been on a date. She's never been to the movies. And, Kenny's friend is talking to his partner. And he's like, we have to find him. And Kenny's friend like, well, I don't know Kenny's friend's name. I don't remember them ever saying his name, but his name is forever Kenny's friend. And, his partner's like, well, maybe how they haven't left yet. And he's like, Kenny's old school. He wouldn't do that. If he really loves her, he'd take her to the movies. So I'm like, what? Okay, if you say so. So they go to the movies. And then they walk into the movies. And what song starts playing? Put It On Me by, who was it? It was Lil Mo, Ja Rule, and Vita. Where would I be without you, babe? I can't sing it at all, y'all know the damn song. I'm not going to say because my voice is horrible and it doesn't sound bad. So, they walk in and they at the concession stand. They're looking all cute and happy and stuff. And she ordered everything. She want all the snacks. She's like, I want one of everything. I want the biggest popcorn and the biggest pop. And they like, okay, that'll be $28. And I said, $28? When was this movie shot? And this had to be like in 1988 because it cost $28 at the movies now just for their bag of popcorn and the icy. So I'm like, this cannot be in recent years because that was not realistic. I'm like, okay, because no, that's not how much it costs. And they go and they see a movie. And they want to go see The Notebook. And they're in the theater, and she's also happy. This is her first date. They're all dressed up really nice and pretty. And she's seen a movie for the first time. So, on the outside of it, the cops come in like, hey, we're looking for these two people. Show the picture. Oh, yeah, they've been in the movie theater for like an hour and a half. They were such a happy couple. The happiest I've seen in years. And the partner guy is like, I need backup, here, here, and here. We need a helicopter. Calling all these reinforcements, and the cop friend is like, well, maybe we can hold off on that, let me go in and talk to him, I can bring him out. And I'm like, first of all, cop friend, your ass is the reason they even here because you told them where to find him. My thing is, as a friend, if I know my friend has issues, I'm gonna give you a running head start. I'm gonna give you a day. I'm not gonna help. I just wouldn't. You can't not want to help when you brought them to where he was. If you could have told them, I don't know where he is, I need some time off, and then went and find him on your own. But no, you brought the cops where he was, so shut up. Because it's all your fault. So, he's like, look, we're going to do this with you or without you. And they basically remove him from the scene. Because all the cops are there now, and he like, you too close to this, so you have to leave. So while all this is happening, Kenny just happens to come out of the theater, and he sees it all going down. So he goes back into the theater, and he doesn't let her know that something's wrong. He lets her finish out her movie because she's happy. She's crying because the movie is so sad. I haven't seen The Notebook, so I don't know what happens in The Notebook. And, when the movie is over, and she's like, we're going to grow old together until we're like 70 and just be oh so happy. And he was like, they're not going to let us grow old together. And she was like, what? And he was like, the cops are in the lobby. They're going to get us, but one of us can get away. You go out the back exit, get in the car, take the money, go to an island, go to this island. I'll try to find you, when I can. And, I love you. And then she's crying as he walks away. He's in the hallway part, waiting to go out, got a gun in his hand. And as he's about to walk out, she grabs his hand. He's like, no, I told you to leave. And I'm like, well, hell, the building probably surrounded by now, so neither one of y'all can get out of there. And she's like, our love can stand the test of time. Our love is unbreakable. Our love is a miracle, just like The Notebook. And I'm like, aw, isn't that sweet? oh, so sweet. And she was like, you know, not even death can break it. I'm like, death again? I don't want to die for love. I just don't. You know, and, you know, they say how they love each other. They walk out. The cops are there. They put their guns up. They start shooting. The cops shoot them. And then they die. But before they die, they crawl to each other and say, Kenny, I love you. Nina, I love you too. And they are kissing as they're bleeding out. And then the words of the song, you know, lie together, cry together. I pray to God that we die together, which is a lyric of the song, you know, Girl All I Need. And I'm like, you know, the theme song, of course, starts playing. We know Method Man and Mary J. Blige. So I did not mean for this to be 50 damn minutes. But it was a 2-hour thing, so I had to do what I had to do. But it was a very good episode. I really did enjoy it. I am not a ride or die girl. Like, I don't want to die with you. In my eye, I always felt like, you know what I'm saying, lie together, ride together. I prayed to one God one day we were going to die together. It meant die of old age. Okay? I don't want to die being shot. And I'm like, it's weird because it was a whole, now they like Bonnie and Clyde. That's how they went out to me. And I'm like, y'all could have just went out and got arrested. Like, y'all didn't have to get shot. You know, y'all could have just did, but I guess you want to go to prison. But I also was like, well, damn, Tupac was also shot. And he played Tupac, and he looks like Tupac. So that was also like, okay, well, that's weird. But again, it was a great episode. I liked it. As I said, I can't wait until my eyebrows itching. I can't wait until the next season. I think they did the song justice. I do think the song and the episode matched up completely. Because at the end of the day, lie together, cry together. They hoped they would die together, and they did. So, you know, it is what it is. But I am Jay Lee. Let me know how you guys felt about the episode in the comments. Other than that, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner. Peace.